You need to get rid of worrying about other people's opinion of you, period. Like, guys, especially if it's a negative opinion. If it's negative, especially. But even if it's good or bad, like, again, don't listen to the hate, and I'm telling you, don't listen to the love either. Like, don't get caught in that, routine where now you're all of a sudden walking around thinking you're all that in a bag of chips. Like, walk around with one thing in mind, okay? One thing in mind. How can I help other people? That's when everything changed for me. You want more money? Meet more people. You are one relationship away from having everything you want in life. Now, if you think about common sense, pay attention to this. The reason you don't have what you want right now is because you don't know somebody. Now, if you knew somebody out there, somebody is going to change everything for you. How you guys doing? Yeah, I'll tell you, every time they say, hey, you want to come? I'm always like, well, dude, I got to come up with some new shit because I've already been there 788 times. And so I'm like, okay, well, this time I come in here and then I sit and listen to the speakers because, man, what a lineup of speakers you guys have for the last 2 days, huh? Yeah, and I'm sitting there listening to it, and I'm thinking, well, fuck, dude, they said everything I told them. So now I got nothing to tell you guys because they all fucking said it. But they're right. They are 100% correct. And here's the craziest part. You guys, and I'm included in that, but you guys come to these things and you're thinking, hey, maybe I can go learn something, right, that's going to make a change in life. When I'm telling you, they were all hitting on it. It's not about what you learn necessarily. It's who you meet. You see what I'm saying? If you guys want the truth, that's all I give is the truth. And sometimes people don't like the truth. But the truth is, relationships is how you get rich. That's the truth. Anybody that's already got money, ask them where that money came from, guaranteed it's a relationship. Guarantee you it's a relationship. What couple makes $5 million a year out here? You two? Yeah? Well, then you're fucking pretty good no matter what, right? So, where's that money come from? A what? Yeah, solar. But there's relationships involved. Yeah, so ultimately every dollar she gets, every dollar they get, ultimately comes from a relationship. So if you want more money, you just need more relationships. And that's all really it is. Everyone wants to make it more difficult. Well, what relationships do I need? Guys, you're never, ever going to know for sure which relationship matters and which relationship doesn't. You can't judge. You can judge, don't get me wrong. You walk into somebody and they're fucking doing coke and they're losers and they're cheating on their wives and they're just dirtbags. Stay away from those people. You can judge. But what I'm saying is it's relationships. So every time I start to talk to people in life, I always think to myself, what can I say to give these guys the quickest boost? Well, the quickest boost I've ever received, believe it or not, was from ultimately introducing myself to somebody, right? Providing value to that individual somehow, some way, and then figuring out how that person and I could make money together. That's it. But then when I go look in the mirror and I start asking myself hard questions, that's where you kind of get a little weak and don't answer yourself with the truth. So the truth is like, especially with Andy saying, how many people think they can be in shape or want to be in shape or whatever he said. It's the truth. I was getting in really good shape, and then I freaking kind of hurt my arm because my wife told me to move the couch. I said, I don't move couches. She said, come on, what are you going to do with those muscles? Because I was starting to get them. And I'm like, yeah, I guess you're right. What? So I went down and I lifted it up, and I kind of juggled it a little bit, and it felt like a rubber band pulled my arm. So I just pulled my arm. Big deal. And so then it was like fucking Five Guys and fries. My arm's hurt. Can't work out. Hey, I made excuses until I was fat again. I'm looking at my social media, and I'm like, dude, I'm going to go like, that's how I know if I'm gaining weight. I just look at my social media. You can look it up and go like, yep, oh yeah, there's a good looking right there. He's getting in goddamn good shape, right? He's getting fat again. Huh? So I mean, at the end of the day, it's because I was lying to myself. So I mean, the truth is, you guys are lying to yourselves. The reason you don't have what you want in life, I'm telling you right now, is because ultimately, you don't know how to tell the fucking truth to yourself. Because the truth is, you really can. The truth is, you really can have everything you want. Half of you don't know what it is. The other half don't think you deserve it. And again, even when people are doing, well, because I think $5 million a year, that's excellent. Like, shit, that's freaking well. And I wouldn't be, and by the way, the fact that they're sitting here is another reason why I think they're also making $5 million. You guys should give yourselves a round of applause for even sitting here. Because a lot of people wouldn't do that. I'm telling you, I meet a lot of people, and some of them have a lot of money, and, they're all eager to learn. They all want to know more. Okay, I don't know a lot of people with a lot of money that have no interest in learning, no interest in relationships, no interest in meeting new people, finding new opportunities, right? So if tomorrow morning you said, okay, I'm listening to Brad, I'll do everything he told me to do. What did he tell me to do? Well, the first thing I'm going to tell you to do is meet more people. Now, people can say, Brad, come on, dude, you always say that. That's because it's the fucking truth. Meet more people. How many people intentionally meet new people every single day? Raise your hand. Tell the truth. Like, see, 2 of you, 3 of you maybe? How come you don't go out every single day and intentionally meet at least 10 new people? If you met 10 new people every single day for 365 days, you'd know 3,650 people more than you do right now. And I would bet you, any amount of money you want to bet, that you would have more than you have right now. Because if you knew twice as many people as you know, you'd have twice as much as you have. See what I'm saying? It's like, where's my bomb sound? Boom. Yeah, because, dude, it doesn't get more complicated than that. I wish it did. I wish I had some secret formula I could sell you. Okay, there's no secret formula to it. You literally need to freaking go look in the mirror, ask yourself a question, and make a decision. Because some of you are literally a decision away from being in the best shape of your life, a decision away from being in the best relationship of your life. Some people will be sitting there with someone you can't even stand. And I had one person walk up to me one time after an event and say, thank you, you made me divorce my husband. And I'm like, fuck, he ain't here, is he? Damn. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? And so ultimately, I basically said, man, you got to tell yourself the truth. You can either get what you, like, you're going to sacrifice one way or the other. Does this make sense to you guys? Like, you're going to do with or you're going to do without. That's a decision, isn't it? Some people say, well, I can't do it. I'm from here. I'm from there. My parents didn't love me. I didn't have a dad. I didn't have a mom. I know some dude with no arms and no legs. He's got an arm and a finger. You know that dude? He comes up, wants to shake your hand, makes you feel awkward because it's kind of like shaking a dick. I always say, Nick, I ain't doing it, dude. I ain't doing it. I'm like fist bump, and he just does that. But dude, like, I wish, has he ever been here? We need to get him here. Because you want to talk about the best fucking mindset on planet Earth? It's Nick Sananastasso. I'm telling you guys, look him up, dude. Funny dude, walks around, has a hot chick. I'm like, dang, dog. But then when he shakes his hand, you know why. But listen, all kidding aside, I was saying, we're talking about relationships. Andy and Jackie was teaching. I'm gonna go up there and teach them all how to have the best relationship ever. It's called the long cock method. It's called the long cock method. Some of you ain't gonna be able to do it, but if you're one of the lucky ones, you can do it too. No, realistically, Andy already hit it on the head. You want a better relationship? Quit being a dick. Quit being rude. But Andy says, like, it's day one. I say it's like the last day. Why? Because what if it was your fucking last day? Don't you act a little bit different then? Okay, your first day, you're all warm, fuzzy, giggly, he, but if it's your last day, dude, you start to take shit real seriously. And that's what a lot of us need to start doing, okay? You need to start waking up and taking shit seriously. Get your fucking ass out of bed and go meet people and ask people what they do. Introduce yourself. Start having conversations with people. The more hands you shake, the more money you make. I promise you that is the truth. So if someone said, if I left here, what would I do? Out of all the advice you got from everybody, build a brand. I can teach you how to build a brand. I built one myself. I know how to build a brand. I'll tell you exactly how to do it. The problem is most of you are not going to do it. And that's the problem. And that's why when I come out here, I'm like, well, fuck, I could tell them all again how to build a brand, but then you guys leave and none of you build a brand. And I think, fuck, how can I really help them? And the only way I can really help people sometimes is like you just fucking hit them right between the eyes with the truth. And the truth is you're a decision away from anything you want in life. You want a better relationship? Decide to. Okay, you want to be in better shape? Decide to be in better shape. You want to make more money? Decide to make more money. It's just a decision, and you're afraid to make it. And do you know why you're afraid to make it? Because you have what we call allodoxophobia. Anybody know what that is? Allodoxophobia. It's the fear of other people's judgment. Fear of other people's judgment. I was going to say something funny about that jacket, but I'll leave them alone. Okay? They ain't got it. But listen, hey, neither does Albert, right? With that see-through shirt. I said, dude, what are you doing? Anybody see his video with his shirt off, sitting there doing a podcast with his shirt off? Give it up, give it up. Hey, and again, like, is Albert successful? He don't have allodoxophobia. You think I have allodoxophobia? I don't have allodoxophobia. Guys, you need to get rid of worrying about other people's opinion of you. Period. Like, guys, especially if it's a negative opinion. If it's negative, especially. But even if it's good or bad, like, again, don't listen to the hate, and I'm telling you, don't listen to the love either. Like, don't get caught in that, routine where now you're all of a sudden walking around thinking you're all that in a bag of chips. Like, walk around with one thing in mind. Okay? One thing in mind. How can I help other people? That's when everything changed for me. Again, I've told this story before at Driven 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'll tell it again here because this is a boot camp, so I'll assume none of you were there. But the truth is I was, running a car dealership. I was trying to get rich my whole life. I got up to about $600,000-$700,000 a year. I couldn't make much more than that. I had plans to move on and maybe be a higher position in the dealership or maybe even own one. And there was a little dude in the back, little Mexican dude, and my grandmother's Spanish, Celestina Jaramillo. So I'm like, hey, cool. He reminded me of my dad, good dude, worked hard, but he didn't have any money. He was minimum wage. So I said, hey, let me teach you how to sell. Brought him up front, taught him how to sell, and all of a sudden his whole family, became nicer, better. His kids were more proud. They were walking around. And I literally, for the first time, thought, damn, that feels good, man. I helped that dude change his life. And all of a sudden, man, I said, I want to do this for more people. I want to go out and help other people make money. And I got excited about it. So I quit my job. Everyone's like, are you fucking nuts? You're quitting that job? And I'm like, well, dude, listen, I need to go fucking help other people make money. I wasn't even thinking, here's how I'm going to get rich now. I stopped thinking about me. And I started thinking, how do I help other people? And I just discovered how, so I said, I'm going to start a company doing that. And I went out and started helping other people. And that's when the millions started coming. Because I stopped worrying about me, and I started worrying about helping other people. And coincidentally, when we sell people, right, when we sell, most people are trying to close a deal to get what? Money. Paid. Whether it's desperation. You ever been desperate where you better make a fucking sale because rent's due? You know what I'm saying? You already know when someone's successful when they're talking about mortgages and shit. I got to pay my mortgage, man. I'm like, fuck you, dude. I got to pay rent. That's worse. Okay? I got to fucking pay rent. I got to crawl through my back window so the landlord don't see me walking in the front door. But at the end of the day, man, I got to pay rent. And I've been in those situations, guys. Again, I stand up here looking all cool as fuck, but trust me, I ain't always been that way. Well, I was cool as fuck. I was just broke as fuck right along with it. But at the end of the day, when I stopped worrying about other people, started saying, hey, man, I'm going to help other people, it started to change. And because sales is part of everything, if you guys really want to get paid in life, you got to sell something. You got to sell something. So ultimately what I did was change my vibration without even knowing it, mind you. I didn't know to do this. I just did it. So I started looking to help people. And when you start to help people, your vibration, your frequency changes. So the difference is, hey, I want your money so I can pay my bills. I want to close you so I can have something that has nothing to do with you. I'm not looking to help you. Your frequency changes when you just shift, that slight shift. See what I'm saying? So when you wake up in the morning tomorrow, the first thing you should do is immediately smile. Why? Because you get another day. And people always ask me, you know, what's the biggest, you know, contributor you think you had in your ability to succeed? My answer every time was my ability to close, my ability to influence and persuade people, because I thought it was. You know, I closed all these different people. You know, everyone will tell you they give me a little piece, piece from my niece, fraction of the action, Tad, because I'm Brad. You know, I heard Albert yesterday talking about it. So everyone's like, I'm a closer. I close people's asses. I'll close your ass. And I thought that's what the difference maker was, but it really wasn't. The difference maker, believe it or not, was I learned gratitude. I learned to be grateful. I learned to be optimistic. I learned to be positive. And believe it or not, you can, if you're not already, simply by making one little conscious awareness of the point that simply waking up in the morning, is worth more than any amount of money you're trying to make, is it not? Because I've had people say, well, I'd take $10 million to give it to my family and not wake up. Oh, you such a sweetie. Like, what a dumb fuck. You think your family would rather have $10 million than you? That means you don't love yourself, and that's the problem with a lot of people. We don't love ourselves, we don't even like ourselves, and we don't know it because it's subconscious. That's below awareness. It's below awareness. Somebody came up to me earlier here, man. He freaking said, dude, you changed my life, or something like that. I said, oh, cool, how? He said, fucking, you got me to fucking like myself again. Guys, that's so important, I can't even tell you. The reason I always go over that one is because there's so many people walking around, they don't know why they can't break ceilings, and they don't know why they never get anywhere. They sit there and look at other people, and they sit there, this fucking guy, how does this fucking guy do it? Oh, this fucking guy's probably a fucking clown. He's probably a fucking dick is what he is. You ever hear those people? You ever say that to yourself? Tell the truth. Because, dude, that's what people start thinking and doing. And ultimately, it's because they don't think they deserve it. And if you don't think you deserve it, you're not going to get it. Why? Because you're not going to outperform your own self-image. You have to raise your self-worth to raise your net worth. And as soon as you start to actually make yourself a little more valuable to yourself, believe it or not, you start to look around and go, dude, I can do better than I'm doing. I can have more than I'm having. How many people are making less than $5,000 a month right now? Okay, go fucking see that dude right there that sells solar. Go see this motherfucker that sells solar. Go see those motherfuckers that sell solar. Raise your hand if you sell solar. Okay, notice how none of them raised their hands when I asked about $5,000 a month? Can you sell solar? Fuck, you can't. If he can, how old are you, dude? 20 years old. How much did you make last month? $100,000 fucking dollars, bro. Give that up. And again, what did I tell you down there at lunch too? I'm like, hey, that's pretty good, but what are you doing with the money? Why? Because I've seen people make $100,000, $200,000 a month for 2 or 3 fucking years, and I see them and they're broke. Why? Well, because they bought a fucking Ferrari and they bought the fucking house on the hill and they thought it was going to last forever, and it wasn't. And they didn't understand money. What they should have done is acted like they weren't making $200,000 a year and then started investing that money. And by the time that ended, because, someday solar may end. And then it's not going to be so easy for you. You're going to have to find something else unless you're smart while it was crushing and you got your shit in order. Then when it ends, you float on down the road happy as a pig and shit. But if you're making less than 5 G's a month right now, go look in the mirror and ask yourself why. It's either you don't know any better, right? Because again, do you know about solar? Yeah, see, again, dude, all you have to do starting tomorrow, wake up and sell solar. And anybody that's selling solar would allow you to come with them and show you how to sell solar. And I'll bet you start making 20, 30, 40 G's a month. Okay? Especially if you're driven. See what I'm saying? And that's no joke. Real estate, who are the realtors in here? Yeah, you got a bunch of realtors in here. People say, oh, housing ain't the same. Bullshit. I'm trying to buy houses right now. Same fucking shit. It is. The interest rates are a little higher, but it's the same shit. Guys, if you had, if everyone knew you sold homes, more people that you don't know right now, would you sell more houses, yes or no? Jim, where's Jim Sandoval? Hey, realtor. Why am I calling on you? Selling a lot of houses right now, okay? Again, hey, do you know a lot of people? See what I'm saying? Do you make yourself known? Are you out there shaking hands, kissing babies, following up? You know what I'm saying? So again, like a lot of times you take these people, and if I brought him up here and gave him the mic and said, I got to go, you continue, he will probably say the same shit I would have said if I stayed up here. The same shit you heard Wes Watson talk about and Dan Fleischman talk about and Albert talk about and Jackie talk about and Andy talk about and Eric Spofford talk about. And, you know, you can go to any conference and they're going to say similar shit. Why? Because it's the same shit for all of us, folks. You can do it, but you have to, number one, decide to do it, because a lot of you guys are not fully in belief that you can do it. And that's your fault. That's your problem. See? So how do you fix that? Believe it or not, you guys just make a fucking decision. You get pissed off. Quit taking shit so nonchalantly. That's what I would suggest that you do. Get mad, not real mad, like beat someone up mad, but get pissed off. Because, dude, time's ticking. Hey, you want to spend an hour a week with me helping you become a business badass? Well, check out my group in the link below. I love it when little fucking whippersnappers like his age fucking act like, you know, well, Grandpa, so tell me, how does it feel being close to the end? Motherfucker, you might be dead before me. It's the truth. Everybody here is like, oh, you know, I see old people. I always want to ask them questions and stories. Why? Because, dude, I know how much experience I have. Imagine how much they have. But most people, they want to just sit there and be like, I hope I'm never that old. Motherfucker, you don't. You want to be that old. I hope one day I'm walking out here going, driven 3,700. You know what I'm saying? Huh? But my face will have no lines because I'll be old fucking Botoxed up. And hopefully the ding still works. But in all reality, dude, I promise you this. I promise you. When you get up in the morning tomorrow, if you just remember one thing, it's a trick that I tricked myself with. You just remember one thing, you're going to shift your perspective. And that's the big difference between everybody. It's your perspective, folks. You have to have a different perspective. Your perspective could be pessimistic. You don't want it to be pessimistic. You want to be hopeful. Everything needs to be golden. Okay, somebody kicks you in the dick. Cool. What can we learn from that? I mean, maybe you're going to go to the freaking hospital with a swollen nut and get it, you know, and meet your spouse. I don't know. But there's positive in everything. And when I wake up, here's my advantage in life. When I wake up in the morning, because I've trained my brain to do this by putting congratulations, you get another day on my wall. And every time I woke up, dude, I had car payments, child support. My freaking wife wanted to get paid child support. Can you believe that, bitch? And like sometimes I got behind, where I was like 2 or 3 months behind. Why? Well, again, I quit my job like a dumbass to go help people. And everyone said I was stupid. Like, dude, you got bills to pay. And I didn't have any money. But I just kept going, and I just kept going, and I kept believing, and I kept being positive, and I tricked my mind to have a different perspective. So when I was down a couple months on child support, I'm thinking, dude, it's okay to be down. And by the way, she made a bunch of money. Don't think she was sitting home with a fucking one more piece of bread. You know, she was making fucking good money, by the way. But I was down a little bit because I didn't have any dough. And so I'm out there trying to make child support, right? And so I started to trick my brain, and I started to tell myself, when I woke up in the morning, congratulations, you get another day, which immediately made me remember that, like, dude, $10 million wouldn't make me any happier than this. $100 million wouldn't. So I just got, and then I started to realize that's fucking true. And now there's a viral video going around about it. Who's seen that video of mine that I say that? I've seen like it in different languages now. It's in like fucking Arabic and Spanish. Like oh yeah, that video that I said. All I said was, hey, if I gave you $10 million or blah 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 blah. But what I said was, if I give you $10 million, would you wake and you didn't wake up? No, you wouldn't like it. Okay, so then waking up's worth more than $10 million. Celebrities are throwing it around. I got a text from a buddy of mine that's good friends with Dana White, the UFC president, and he just sent me, he goes, dude, Dana just sent me your video. I'm like, ask him to be on my podcast. Again, relationships, dude, it's where it all comes from. So So the perspective shift comes because I'm aware that, listen, waking up is worth more than any amount of money in the world. And if one of you guys walked up to me right now and just handed me even $1 million, dude, I'm fucking excited. I'm pumped. I'm not pissed off about anything. Give me $1 million. Will you? By the way, if you got it. You give me $1 million, buddy. We're buddies, by the way. That's the Bad Lead Buddy program. Albert got in cheap a long time ago for $50K. Okay, but you give me $1 million now, fuck, we're friends, dude. I'll give you my cell phone, I'm pumped up, and dude, you can hang out with me, it'll be fun. But, especially with, and I'll spend half of it back on you. But, because I'm like that. But the perspective is very simple for anyone here to grasp. And if everyone here grasps the same perspective, you're gonna wake up tomorrow, and the first thing you're gonna do is smile. Because you realize you just got something more valuable than fucking everything you're after. Because a lot of people are here for more money. Let's face it. Tell the truth. You didn't come here to learn how to fucking hump your wife better, did you? Did you? Because if you did, wait for the after party. I'll stick around. We'll get some tequila. But in all reality, guys, I want to help you guys the most I can. So the most I can help you guys is to live a better life. And the better life you live is as soon as you shift that perspective, your whole life's going to improve, because ultimately what happens is all problems and challenges become opportunities. So when you wake up and you've got a car payment or you got some impending doom, and you wake up first with that mindset, it shifts your perspective, and now those do not seem very large anymore. They're not that big a deal anymore. You know, they still exist, but I would rather, like if I walked into your house, put a gun to your head, and or worse, your children's head, and I said, I'm about to pull the trigger unless you go do this, 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 and this, you wouldn't be sitting there questioning shit. Like, what are you doing? You want more money? Meet more people. You are one relationship away from having everything you want in life. Now, if you think about common sense, pay attention to this. The reason you don't have what you want right now is because you don't know somebody. Now, if you knew somebody out there, somebody is going to change everything for you, how many people would you be introducing yourself to then? Maybe it's that motherfucker with the sunglasses on. It's probably not, but what if it was? See what I'm saying? You don't know. So really, why are you guys sitting there walking by people all day long? Think about it. Let's say we went to the mall right now. And I said, hey, dude, you really want to get paid? Yeah, I want to get paid. I'm so tired of living like I'm living. I just want to be paid. I want to get rich so I can do all the cool shit in life. And I say, okay, let's go to the mall. And we go to the mall. And I say, okay, go introduce yourself to that person. 80% of you guys would sit there and feel all fucking stupid. Yes or no? Why do you feel that way? I'll tell you why. Because you don't value yourself. See, when I walk up to people and introduce myself, like I'm smiling and shit, because I know I can help you. Like, fuck, dude, I can help people. I can help. And by the way, the more money I get, the more I can help people. So now I smile even bigger. And everyone thinks it's because you're getting more money. Nope. It's because you can help more people. You can make bigger impact. And I know helping people is how you get paid. So the more people I can help, the more money I can make. It's fucking crazy. It's like this trick. And what's crazy is this. The first thing in life you guys want to focus on is your health, believe it or not. And I ain't talking about six-pack abs, 3% body fat. Like, let all the fucking crazies do that shit. I'm talking about health, okay? I'm talking about health. And by the way, some of those ripped motherfuckers, they ain't that healthy, dude. You go take their blood and look at a fucking microscope, those fuckers are dying. They are, some of them. Not all of them, but some of them. Some of them are fucking dying for a donut. But I'm not talking about six-pack, even though that is good, and I am going to go get one just so I can freaking show my six-pack next time I'm up here, because fucking Albert doesn't think I can for some reason. So I'll get a six-pack only because it's fun, and I'll do it one time. But I'm not talking about six-pack health. I'm talking about real health, because without your health, guess what? Money ain't going to mean shit to you. You will give it all up. If you were stricken right now and I said, fucking, hey, give me your money and I will give you back your health, just so you don't feel that way anymore, you would give me all your dollars to feel good again. Okay, so that's number one, health. Number two is relationships. Why? Because let's say you're about to die. You don't think about how much money did I have in the bank? What's going to happen to my money? What's going to happen to my cars? What's going to happen to my watches? You're not thinking that. You know what you think? People, relationships. Who are you going to miss? Who are you going to love? Who do you want to see before you go? You start to feel relationships. So that's why relationships would be more important. And then the third one is money. And what's crazy is you got relationships that get you more money. More money gets you more relationships. More money gets you better health. More money gets your people you love better health. So like health, relationships, and money. Focus on those three things. Someone says, what about God? And I say, folks, number one, that's a relationship, okay? That's a relationship. Well, you're supposed to focus on God first. If you're focused on God, you'll focus on your health. Okay? So, I mean, again, and I'm not real, you know, I don't want to say faith-based, but I'm not a holy roller. In other words, I don't go to church all the time and say, oh, praise Jesus, because his name wasn't even Jesus, just so you know. We won't go there, but yeah, Yahshua. That was his name. But anyway, won't tell you that. But, and by the way, you guys don't even say Jesus. Some of you just say Jesus, right? He's like, why are you looking at me, motherfucker? I'm Arabic. No, listen. All I know is, where was I? Hold on, let me go back. See, that threw me. Yeah, but again, I mean, God, if you guys are like, you know, faith-based, God, you should be one of the healthiest people. You should be one of the kindest people. You should freaking be one of the richest people. Why? Because that's literally what the Scripture tells us that He wants for us, every single one of us. Treat the body like a temple, you know? So perspective is going to make that shift for you guys. When you wake up in the morning, you know for a fact that you're going to get paid during the day, and no amount of money is going to be worth more than the first thing you get when you wake up. So lock that in. I'm telling you, it changes everything. Everything that used to like bother you and start that negativity going is now almost like a challenge, a puzzle. It's almost a game. It's almost fun. And that's what I want. Wake up tomorrow morning and fucking have some fun, man. Don't sit there and worry so much about what you're going to do in life. Just wake up, have fun, and realize this isn't that difficult. Everybody says it, but it's the same thing. Meet people, relationships. When you see me walk around, like, has anyone ever walked up to me and I didn't want to meet you? No. Why? Because, dude, me and you could do business. Me and you could do business. We could do business. There's somebody sitting next to you you've not even met that you can do business with. Dude, you're surrounded by people that can give you a 50 grand a month job. You're just sitting there fucking worried about what I'm saying. Which, by the way, I can give you a 50 grand a month job too. Guess what you can do? Sell solar. Oh, garage doors, yeah. Folks, garage doors, painting, HVAC, plumbing, it's all fucking good shit right now. And if there's any like freaking skilled laborers, stick around. I'm telling you, you're going to get rich no matter what. They're getting lower and lower and lower and lower. Try to have an AI fucker come and fix your electricity. It ain't happening. Okay? Let's see AI unclog the toilet. Okay, it ain't happening. So, listen, I'm serious. When I came up here, I was like, well, you know, what can I tell them? You know, to be real, to freaking go out and build relationships, to love yourself, all this other shit. And I've got these little things I can teach you to do it. You know, but one of the things is like, just stop bullshitting yourself and start to be real. Real. What does real even mean? Like, would you rather chase your dreams or make them real? Yeah, real. What do you think of when you think of real? Like it's tangible, it's real. Okay, so here's how you get yourself to be real. Okay, first thing's that perspective. Wake up with that gratitude every single day. That'll change your life if you allow it to. But how you get real is very simple. You basically reevaluate every area of your life. You reevaluate it. Make sense? What does that look like? Your money, your health, your relationships, where do you live, your dogs, your animals, your conditions. Like sometimes I walk around my house and I get freaking a little bit pissed off. Why? Because like there's dog hair and shit. And I fucking hate dog hair. And I sit there and I look at the dog hair and I'm like, fuck. Why? Because, dude, I'm tolerating the dog hair. Now, do you know why I've got dog hair? Because I'm tolerating fucking dog hair. Now, why though? Because when I walk in, I see my little girls playing with the fucking puppies. So guess what? Fuck the dog hair. See what I'm saying? It's just a choice, man. It doesn't matter if it's dog hair, money, or whatever it is you're doing in life. It boils down to a choice. And who gets to make your choices? Now, some of you guys are sitting with your partner, and you're thinking, do I? No, yeah, you do. Even if you're married, you get to make your own choices. So at the end of the day, man, you have to start to make the choice. This is going to be the last time I come to one of these events, wake up the next day, and freaking 6 months later, I'm in the same boat. 6 months later from today, guys, you should be in better shape. You should have more money. You should be happier. Because let's face it, dude, I would rather be broke and happy than rich and miserable. Right? And some of you are halfway there. You're broke. And some of you have the other half. You're fucking happy. Well, guess what, dude? You are what everybody else is trying to get. They just think money's going to do it. And trust me, money is not necessarily going to make you happy. It does go a long way towards it because now you can have impact, you can help people, and you have more options. But trust me when I tell you, I'd rather be broke and happy than rich and miserable. But guess what? There's another option. Rich and happy. And that's what I found that, and I'm like, I like that one the best. Yeah. Hey, that's right. Hey, and everybody can do it, guys. Everybody can do it. You guys get a bunch of people up here saying, everybody can do it. But, dude, the truth is everybody can do it. Some of you are already doing it. You're just going to do it a little bit longer. You know, I'm old. When I was like 20, shit, dude, I was a jack off. Listen, I'm telling you, like, I didn't really even make my first million until I was, I'd say, 38, maybe 40. I can't remember. But, I mean, at 40 years old, like, you know, that's a long time. You know, he's 20. He's already making $100,000 a month and that'll probably grow. And next thing you know, he's going to be freaking a multi-millionaire at 23 years old. It's easier. Yeah. It's easier than it's ever been. Don't tell people we're in a recession. We're not in a fucking recession. Guys, go to the restaurants, go to the malls. They're packed. Okay? Media, throw it away. Okay? Everybody says, what do I do with my money? Do I take it out of the stock market? What do I do with this economy? Listen, as long as you got guns and ammo, you're going to be okay. Guys, all you need is guns and ammo. For those of you that are hoarding everything, you're only hoarding it for the people with guns and ammo. You got to get your guns, got to get your ammo. You got to change your perspective. You got to reevaluate every area of your life right now. Number 2 is you eliminate the shit you don't want to tolerate. Okay, it's so easy to understand. Do you want to tolerate that anymore? And it might be, I ain't tolerating his ass playing Call of Duty anymore. Whatever it is, you write that shit down. If it's someone else that's contributing, like a partner, ask the person. But what you tolerate, you get. And that's just the bottom line truth. You're getting it because you're tolerating it. You're in a shitty relationship because you're tolerating it. You're not making very much because you're tolerating it. You look like you look because you're tolerating it. And that's the truth. And if that's the truth, does anyone not agree with that? So everybody totally agrees with that? Okay, good. So if that's the truth, if you're like, okay, I agree with that, that's the truth. Isn't that just a choice? It's just a fucking choice, man. I didn't know it for a long time, but when I look back, because what I do when I come out here is I think, well, what did I need to learn? What do I wish someone would have told me a long time ago? Well, if you told me a long time ago, I'd have said, bullshit, motherfucker, it ain't that easy. I would have told you you're all stupid for telling me what I'm telling you right now. So if some of you are out there thinking it, don't blame me. I'd have thought the same thing. But I look back now and I think, what is the deal? And the deal is, man, you guys, it's a choice. It's a choice that you have to make. And then you have to have what's called discipline. It's discipline. So you eliminate everything that you don't want in life. Eliminate it. Yes, it's tough. No, it's not easy. Yes, it might involve some cry, some tears, and some heartache. But make a fucking choice. Do you want it or do you not want it? Because if you don't sacrifice for what you want becomes the sacrifice. Does that make sense? You're going to sacrifice one way or the other. So you just got to think, what do I want to be? Do I want to sacrifice this or do I want to sacrifice that? Because you're sacrificing something, motherfucker. That's a fact. And it's basically boils down to a choice. So you want to reevaluate every area of your life. Guys, this is how you become real very quickly. This is what I wish someone would have showed me a long time ago. You reevaluate every area of your life and be honest with yourself. You don't have to share it with somebody. Do you like the way you look? If the answer is fucking no, you write no. I'm not happy with how I look. Are you happy with your health? Are you happy with your weight? Are you happy with your income? Are you happy with your job? Are you happy with the conditions that you're in? They're either yes or they're no. That's reevaluating. Then you eliminate everything that you put no. I'm not happy with that. Then you fucking eliminate it. And if you stop tolerating it, I promise it will stop. You will stop getting it. Okay? And then you need to adjust because it's going to take some adjustment to all those new changes. Changes are uncomfortable, but believe it or not, you have to change in order to change. So you have to adjust. Give yourself some leeway. Give yourself some time to adjust because that's what it takes. And then you want to frickin' lead your new life. And when I say lead your new life, that's because you need to be the example. You know what I'm saying? Be the example for your kids. Be the example for your employees. Quit telling them what to do and start showing them what to do. Starting with yourself. You already know what to do half the time. You're just not doing it. And if you are doing it, like this gentleman, he's making great money. Everything's golden. Fuck, then that means he's doing all the right shit. My advice to him, if he gave me $1 million and said, here, tell me what to do, I'd fucking say, give me 2. I'd say, do more of what you're doing right now. Why? Because, guys, it's so simple. If you want to continue to be successful and continue to grow your businesses and scale, you want to repeat the successful actions and stop the unsuccessful actions. It's that simple. And when you look at it and keep it simple, you'll start to realize, like, damn, dude, this is not that difficult. Brad wasn't lying. And I've been fucking myself for years because that's what I realized. I'm like, dude, I could have freaking stopped this madness a long time ago. I could have already been jacked. I could have already been freaking probably a billionaire by now. It's crazy. And it all fell down to one thing. I chose to eat that donut. I chose to go to that party. I chose to allow that employee to linger and screw up my business until I got to a point where it cost me a lot more than it would have. I chose to do everything I did. You're doing the same thing, guys. You're fucking choosing to be where you are. So let's make today the day that you fucking choose to start kicking that ass. So next time you guys have a boot camp, you're coming in here and you're like, God damn, let's rock and roll. I'm a rich son bitch. Because I want that for everybody, you guys. And listen, I'd love to stay here and like meet every single one of you guys and see if I can help you, but I can't. So if you want to like send me a deal or give me an option, just shoot me a DM at The Real Brad Lee. Just shoot me a DM. I look at all kinds of deals. Some dude just gave me a deal in the bathroom, property deal. Not a deal, but you know what I mean. Yeah, so I mean, if you guys think in yourself, hey, I got an idea, I got a prospect, I need a little money, I need a little investment, I want to learn how to scale, I want to learn how to grow, shoot me a DM. And finally, because I got to cut it short today, here's what I want to do for you guys. Albert, Sil, here's what I want to do for these guys. I have a program that I put together. I haven't sold it yet, but I tested it. It's $5,000, and I'm going to give it to every single one of you guys. It is A to Z, how to build a fucking brand, including the podcast. Guys, hey, and it works. I'm telling you, it will guaranteed build you a brand. It might take a couple years. Again, don't do it and say, oh, it didn't work, motherfucker. You better do it at least 2-3 years before you start talking any shit.
Trust me when I tell you, doing the work is where most people will crash. That's where you will crash more than likely. Do not allow yourself to give up. Be willing to put in the work. That's my best advice. You have to raise your self-worth to raise your net worth.